Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
This whole talk of like, oh man, who does Draymond think he is? Number one, I think I am exactly who I am.
You're an idiot.
Message.
All right, y'all. So Draymond Green finally responds back to the comments that he kind of had with Charles Barkley on ESPN's Inside the NBA.
I think the goal is just to not look like you in the Houston Rockets uniform. Yeah. Is ultimately the goal for us. Like, we don't want to. What does that look like? Did you see it? I'm just asking. I saw it. I mean, so, you know.
As y'all know, I did a video about it, and, you know, a lot of backlash, not only because Draymond Green came off as, I guess, defensive, but it's because, let's just be honest, guys. The reason why we have such a problem with Draymond Green is because Draymond Green feels he is better than who he actually is. Like, let's just not lie, man. Draymond Green's not a likable guy. He's not likable. In media, you have to be likable. So there's some comments that we're going to get into, but I just wanted to make that clear that if someone else did exactly what Draymond did and said it, we might have laughed at it. But since Draymond has this reputation of being unlikable, like a lot of the clutch members, like Rich Paul, Draymond Green, some of those guys, like, they're not likable people, and they rub people the wrong way, and they have this ego about themselves that, to me, isn't deserving. So if you haven't seen this clip, it's brand new, hot off the press. Let's run the clip. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, and of course, hit the bell to get notified when I drop a new video. Let's do it.
I want to provide a little bit of clarity. Kenny called me and he said, man, I didn't hear you say you when you were talking about the Rockets. He said, so I didn't really understand what you were saying. I thought you was talking about like the Houston Rockets like right now or something. He said, so I didn't catch the punchline of the joke. If I caught the punchline of the joke, I thought that was hilarious. I just re-listened to it and I actually thought it was hilarious. I needed to play on that. So I just didn't catch the punchline. The reason that I would even say that, what Chuck makes fun about in his career is actually the last 2 years in Houston. I was going to get that free money. That's what he says. Everybody tried to make it like this whole, oh man, Draymond think he better than Chuck. I found that interesting because what it shows is how bad y'all want me to do bad. So then my mom's blowing my phone up. We're sitting at the pub drinking. You and Charles get into it? I'm like, no. She like, y'all had the beef tonight? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Ain't no beef. I FaceTime my mom and flip the camera. He like, y'all into it? Like, what's going on? I read on Twitter. He said, mama, stay off Twitter. Them people don't know what they talking about. The disrespect ain't the intent. So if that's the way it's viewed as public disrespect, I can gladly public apologize. Disrespect wasn't my intent. This whole talk of like, oh man, who does Draymond think he is? Number one, I think I am exactly who I am. Like who I think I am, it's exactly who I am. You know, so it get interesting when all of these people like, well, he shouldn't say that. He can't say that. He think he better than Chuck. And you can't say what you say about me because you're not better than me. You're not better than me at basketball. You're not better than me at life. You know, and so I find it very interesting, people jumping out like, how dare him talk about Chuck? He ain't better. Well, then you can't talk about me because you're not better. And so that's a very interesting concept because Chuck talk about people. He played basketball. He speak about people. I've seen Chuck say negative things about LeBron James. Not that he's like talking down, but I've seen him say things about, you name it. I've seen him say things about Steph Curry. Charles Barkley's incredible. Had a great career and is one of the media personalities, for sure the media personality when it comes to basketball, NBA.
Draymond Green tried so hard to like make this sound like what he was saying was somehow landing. But again, just like his joke didn't land against Charles Barkley, this is not landing neither. Draymond, the reason why people had a problem with what you said isn't because you were trying to make a joke. It wasn't nothing to do with that. The problem was Charles Barkley still averaged more than your career highs in his last season. And you have the nerve to try to act like that is bad. Like, it was a joke, but in pretty much all the good jokes have some truth to it, and you kind of can laugh it off. But in this case, you come off looking like you're hurt by it, and you come off defensive by it, and you come off like you felt a certain way about what Charles said when it came to the Golden State Warriors being a dynasty that is over because of old age. You took offense to that, and instead of kind of like, you know what, yeah, you're right, you know, well, not even agreeing, but disagreeing and saying, you know, I think we still got a chance. You try to use it as a chance to make an attack, and I know you trying to frame it as it was a joke. But the problem is the way you responded, your demeanor, your face, your energy, and how quiet it got. Because I guess apparently Kenny Smith didn't realize what you said, and Ernie didn't really make a reaction, and Charles didn't react. It came off like you were saying something that was more serious, and your energy, your body language didn't show it was a joke. And like I said in the beginning of this video, if you were a person that was likable, if you were a person that people really enjoyed in media, then no one would even have a problem with this. So the problem is the way you go at Austin Rivers, the way you go at anybody else, the Steve Kerr comments. Even if some things were taken out of context, you still make it seem like you are a larger than life superstar, when in reality you're just a role player who got lucky to be drafted into one of the greatest dynasties of the NBA in the 21st century. So let's just be honest, guys. If Draymond is someone else, we're completely fine with this. The fact of the matter is, this is Draymond Green's reputation. He's not likable. And in media, you have to be likable for the people to kind of agree with you or even have your back to some degree. So these are my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.